Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the match here on WWE 2K25. This is the second of our four first-round Hardcore Championship #1 contendership matches today. This is Rhino versus Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome. Right then, I don't think we've seen a lot of these guys for a while, he says. I think Rhino might have been recent, actually. Rhino with a Y. There we go. Rhino's had 9 matches. I thought, yeah, he's had 1 match this year already. So I was wrong. We have seen him recently. But he has had 9 matches overall. Currently sits on a -1. He's had 1 match this year. Currently sits on -1 for this year. So that's where it's come from. But yeah, Rhino is one of my favourites from years and years gone by. I used to love his spear. He was so brutal. And we do actually have him lined up for a match at our Invasion pay-per-view, which is the WWF versus WCW versus ECW show coming up. We're going to have the Battle of the Spears. It's going to be Edge versus Goldberg versus Rhino, so I'm looking forward to that one as well. Next up then, we have got Masato Tanaka, and I'm a little bit worried about Tanaka. I was just thinking this earlier on when I booked him. He's had 6 matches so far, currently sits on a +2. My worry is, I think every single one of those 6 matches has included Mike Awesome. It seems that way. So yeah, he's a +2 after 6 matches. Mainly coming from 2023. We haven't seen him since 2023, but in 2023 he had 2 matches and got a +4. So obviously he must have won multiple person matches and got some good eliminations as well. Apart from that, in 2021 he had 2 matches which he came out on a 0. In 2022 he had 2 matches which he lost both of them. In 2023 he got that +4, which puts him up to a +2 overall now. So yeah, his first match since 2023 in our universe mode. It's good to see him. It's a really good core as well. And then finally, we have another guy who I think is outstanding, taken from us far too early. He is a big man who is very, very agile. This is Mike Awesome. He is currently on +9 after 13 matches, so really, really good for him. He currently sits 36th in our ranking system, which, don't get me wrong, I really highly rate him, but I think maybe 36th is a bit high for him. But again, we don't really know, because when did he pass away? How old was he? Because I don't think he ever really got a chance to... So he died in 2007 at the age of... I don't know how old he was when he died, to be honest, but... He debuted in 1989, so he did have a fairly good run then, I suppose. 6'6", 292 pounds. He was a big lad. And yeah, he worked for WWF, he worked for ECW... He worked for WCW as well. He had some good opportunities in a lot of different companies. Also, he worked for Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling. I don't think he actually means that he had any martial art background. But yeah, I don't think... Let's see what championships he won. So he won the ECW World Heavyweight Championship twice and the Tag Team Championships alongside Raven. He won quite a few belts in FMW as well. He was the MLW World Heavyweight Champion once as well. He was number 7 in the PWI 500 in 2000. That's pretty cool. One-time WWF Hardcore Champion as well. And he won the Worst Gimmick Award in 2000. Not quite sure what his gimmick was back then, but I mean, I've always rated him massively, to be honest. Right then, we are underway. Remember, the winner of this match will go on to our second semi-final next week. And as I've said... if you've not seen the first match we've done today, Penta versus Chessman versus Nim Huertas, it might be worth pausing this and going and watching that one first, because I am probably going to mention who won that at some point, because obviously all the winners of today go into a semi-final together, with a chance of obviously going through to the Hardcore Championship match next Sunday. So the way we got it planned out then, we had 4 matches yesterday. Those 4 guys have gone into a semi-final. That's Raven, Abyss, Pagano and Bruiser Brody. Today we've got 4 more first round matches, and those 4 will go into a semi-final. The 2 winners of those 4-way elimination matches will go on to the Hardcore Championship match on Sunday against Terry Funk. The 2 runners-up will get a last chance death match. So they'll both get another opportunity to face each other, and the winner of that match will join the Hardcore Championship match. So the Hardcore title match will end up being a fatal 4-way in the end. Mike Awesome now dropping Tanaka neck first across that top rope. And Tanaka with a Superman punch, believe it or not. Rhino swinging the barbed wire baseball bat. And Rhino then the first one to bring some weapons in. Tanaka now sending Rhino over the top. Nice powerbomb there. And what's Rhino taunting over the apron here? And he gets caught with that stiff forearm right in the face. Dropping him. Wow. And Mike Awesome now going to take Tanaka up, butterflied, and drops him face first. An implant buster. I'm pretty sure it's not the same thing for a male, to be honest, than it is for a female. I don't know what implants he's busting, to be honest. Tanaka got caught with the elbow in the face here by Mike Awesome. And look at that belly to belly. That's amazing. Just launched him halfway across the ring. And Awesome now just dropping the boots into the face. The problem is both these opponents have turned their backs onto Rhino. Tanaka now taking Rhino up, drops him. Almost like a powerbomb. Awesome tried to come up behind Tanaka. Tanaka got reversed, and look at that stiff lariat by Rhino right into the back of the neck of Mike Awesome. Rhino with the strikes, but Mike Awesome taking him straight up. In with a jackknife powerbomb. I don't think that was the Awesome Bomb. I think the Awesome Bomb is more of a... Oh, look at that spinebuster straight onto the barbed wire baseball bat. Yeah, the Awesome Bomb I think is more like the Razor's Edge. Look at that, Mike Awesome taking down Rhino with that dive. Okay, this might be the Awesome Bomb. It is, yeah, okay, this is the Awesome Bomb. Look at that, wow, launches Rhino across the ring. Masato Tanaka is not going to get there in time. But Rhino was able to kick out just in time. Tanaka bringing Rhino back up to his feet. Rhino with a stiff lariat taking him down. And then out of nowhere with a gore on Mike Awesome. He doesn't go for the pin. That was his big chance. He should have gone for the pin right there. Rhino now just launching the light tube onto the grounded Mike Awesome. Tanaka now with the elbows, the forearms, and in with the tornado DDT. Tanaka now with the barbed wire baseball bat, swings it at Rhino, who's able to roll out of the way, but out of the frying pan into the fire, he runs straight into Mike Awesome. Awesome's under the ring, and that's a terrible throw. Masato Tanaka must need glasses because that was an awful throw. Mike Awesome now bringing Tanaka back up to a standing base as a stiff strike in the face. Rhino flattens Mike Awesome. Remember, it is false count anywhere as well. So this match could end out here, and that is case in point. There's the pin by Tanaka on Rhino. It's only a 2 count. And look at these strikes by Tanaka. Now going to take Mike Awesome up to a powerbomb, his own little sit-out powerbomb. Tanaka now sending Rhino. Again, as I've been saying this week, they need to add a few new animations. I mean, when you throw someone into a grounded opponent like that, they should trip and fall over them. Rather than how it's currently done, where they just sort of just stop and then look woozy for a second. It's stupid. Pin by Tanaka on Mike Awesome, only enough for a 2 count. As all 3 guys are back up to their feet. These 3 guys are absolute beasts, by the way. Got all 3 of them back in the ring. Tanaka tried to double axe. Oh my god. Both of them tried to double axe handle a guy that was laying down on the floor, which is stupid. Rhino now big knee into the gut of Mike Awesome as he ran towards him. And Tanaka launched the baseball bat at Rhino, then just kicked away at the ropes. Rhino dropped. Tanaka now sending... Okay, he's going to take Mike Awesome up into his own Awesome Bomb. And he hits it, and then he gets the baseball bat right across the back by Rhino. This is Rhino's opportunity now. Mike Awesome's down and out. If Rhino can pin Tanaka, then Rhino is moving on to the semi-finals. It's only a 2 count. Rhino now taking up Tanaka in with a pile driver. That was one of Rhino's big finishers, obviously, in ECW. He used it many times off the apron through a table, especially on women. Rhino now with a pin. There's the 1. There's the 2. Only a 2 count. Rhino now bringing Mike Awesome back up to his feet again. Belly to belly into the turnbuckle. Very painful maneuver. Rhino now has Mike Awesome with the elbows right in the gut though of Rhino. Running dropkick right into the head. Tanaka had the light tube. Awesome picking him up onto the shoulders. Tanaka slides free in with that reverse DDT. Tanaka now with a pin on Mike Awesome. Rhino was there to break it up. Masato Tanaka now around the back of Rhino. Rhino slides free. And Rhino with the electric chair drop. Awesome with a scoop slam here on Rhino. He needs one big maneuver though to try and finish him off. It's that stiff lariat. Masato Tanaka now around the back of Mike Awesome, throwing him off, well, over the top of the ropes. He's still on the apron. Rhino's there to... Wow, they're taking him from 2 angles here, which is a terrible sentence, can't say it out loud, but there you go. Here's a pin by Tanaka on Mike Awesome. It's broken up by Rhino. Pin now by... Oh, nearly had it there, you know. Mike Awesome taking Rhino up. In with the sit-out powerbomb. Tanaka was there. He did break it up. And there's that stiff discus forearm. Mike Awesome dropped like a sack of spuds. Wow. And again, another discus forearm on Rhino. He's hit them both. Is this going to be enough for the 1, the 2? And Masato Tanaka has got it. Wow. Big win for him. Then Mike Awesome drops down to a +8 after 14 matches. Rhino drops down to a -2 after 10 matches. But it's Masato Tanaka then, who is going to pick up the 3 points for this win. 1 point for the win and then 2 bonus points for defeating multiple opponents. He moves up to a +5 after 7 matches. So huge win for him. And he will go on. I'm going to tell you who won the match earlier, by the way, now. So if you don't know, then you buggered. He's going to go on to join Penta in the semi-final next week. Of course, we still have 2 more men to put into that semi-final. It's going to be the winner of our next 2 matches today. Sandman versus New Jack versus Cibernetico. And the final one of the day, La Parka versus Sabu versus Jeff Hardy. So good match, that one. I enjoyed that. This was more like the powerhouse brawl. The next 2, I mean, the next one is just basically just 3 guys kicking the living crap out of each other, isn't it? New Jack, Sandman and Cibernetico. And the last one is going to be those sort of more agile, cruiserweighty sort of hardcore people. La Parka, Sabu and Jeff Hardy. Well, there we go then. Victory for Masato Tanaka. Took up both his opponents with those discus forearms. Both of them knocked flat out. And Masato Tanaka moves on to the semi-finals of our Hardcore Championship Tournament, which will take place next Saturday. Right, I think that's all I've got to tell you, so I'm going to love you and leave you. Good night, God bless, I'll be the same. I'll see you again pretty soon for our next match. Sandman, Cibernetico, New Jack, as well as La Parka, Sabu, Jeff Hardy. Don't forget that we still have the pay-per-view for you this afternoon as well. We've got US title 4-way, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable, Josh Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, Eddie Guerrero versus Andrade, Freedom, Kairi Sane and Io Sky versus the Bella Twins for the Tag Team Championship, Sammy Guevara defending his Cruiserweight belt against Javon Evans and Leo Rush, Moose, Omos, Obafemi in a triple threat, Rated RKO, the team of Edge and Randy Orton take on, most likely going to be Joe Hendry and Mr. Iguana of Joe Exotic before Malachi Black defends the SWE Championship against Roman Reigns. Right, good night, God bless, I've been the same, I've said that once, I've said it twice, and now it's gone.